Hello, New Jersey.
Hey, Reid Carruthers. You getting a call from New Jersey at the Brier. It's odd, isn't it?
I know, it is pretty weird, eh? I'm going to pull up Enright. Enright, I got Dean Gemmell on the line. We got a fifth man interview to go here.
Hi, and welcome to The Curling Show, the podcast that brings you interviews of the sport's top athletes and the people who shape the game. I'm Dean Gemmell, and before we get started, a warning. This edition is really only for those who are seriously addicted to curling, the kind of people who just can't get enough information from the media hordes at the Tim Hortons Brier and absolutely must hear from the fifth men right before their beer-fueled two-shot competition. While you may hear and read plenty from the skips and other places, only here on this podcast can you hear from the guys who hardly played. The alternates for Team Manitoba and Team Alberta at this week's 2008 Tim Hortons Brier, Reid Carruthers and Adam Enright. Welcome to the Curling Show.
Thanks very much. I know Adam and I are both pretty pumped to be on the line with you.
I'm sure you are. You're really excited at this point, at the end of a long week. So were you guys just bored out of your minds this week being the fifth men, or how was it?
No, I think we both really enjoyed being here. Obviously both of us would want to be playing in it, but we're making sure we're making the best of it.
You guys are playing in a little competition among the fifth players right now?
Yeah, we're about to have the fifth man competition, which consists of possibly a draw shot off the bumper to the button. And I haven't heard what the other shot is, but apparently it's a mystery shot, and we don't know yet.
So there are two shots in the fifth man competition.
Yeah, there's two shots. You get two goes at it, and then we're going to have a final round. And we haven't determined what the final round will be, but we're just listening to whatever the New Brunswick fifth is saying, because he's a lucky guy. He's had some time on his hands to scheme this up.
Are you concerned that the guys who've actually played a bit more than you are really at a big advantage?
No, I'm not too worried. I got my 2 rocks in our last game here against Simmons, so I
saw
think
that.
I'm primed and ready.
Yeah, how was that to step in during a rout?
Oh, I was a little cold, and I was shaking a little bit. I guess it brought back memories of the good old Duguid slide for my first one there, but I was a little more confident for my second throw.
You played in Grand Slams, and now you've been around a Brier. Lots of hand-wringing this week, maybe not lots, but a bit of hand-wringing this week about the fact that there is such a gap between the top tour teams and the other teams of the Brier. What's your take on all that?
Well, I think that it's always going to be the case, because if you look at some of the provinces, they simply, for them to get good competition, they have to travel halfway across the Canada. They just don't have that many competitive teams. You look at a province like Alberta, and they have 5 or 6 really good teams. And when you have that, they're able to play against each other and local WCTs, that sort of thing. And they also can call each other up and say, hey, I want a practice game. Let's get a game in. So for teams from central provinces, that have a lot of really good players around, I think it's a big benefit.
So after seeing the Brier this week, though, being around it as closely as you were, would you be in favor of any changes to it?
I think if you made any changes to the Brier, you'd be taken away from it. The Brier's been the Brier for however many years, and there really hasn't been that many changes to it. And it's been historically a pretty good success, as long as they go to a city that has a good population, a good supportive curling population. They've turned out to be the big income getter for the CCA. That's where they make most of their money, is they generate revenue from the Brier and the ticket sales. So I think as long as they keep picking good host cities, I think it'll keep being successful.
Yeah, I think those are wise words. We have few events in curling that actually work. So I wouldn't. And I don't mean that in a bad way, but the work as well as a Brier. So yeah, there's some wrinkles to it, but there's wrinkles to Fenway Park as well.
Yeah, there's definitely. I got good news for you. I'm just sitting next here to Steve Bice. He's the
Steve Bice.
Man. Yeah,
Steve
so
has been on the
put
show.
Him on the line for you.
He's the ultimate fifth man.
Yeah, he is the ultimate fifth man. Here he is.
Steve Bice.
Hey, Dean, what's going on?
Steve Bice, back on the curling show, and back in the Brier as a fifth this year.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Second time, I guess. Right?
You are a two-time visitor now, and when did you find out actually that you were going to go back with the boys this year?
Yeah, it's actually I probably found out as soon as everyone else on TV, pretty much. I was watching I was in Toronto actually watching I turned on the TV to watch the end of the final, and I heard Richie mention they might be calling me, and then 10 minutes later, my cell phone rings, and there's Richie and Scott Taylor, the coach. They're giving me a call, calling me up, asking me. It didn't take me long to say yes. I'll tell you that.
So you're like the good karma for them, or what?
Well, apparently, I must have done something right last year. I guess if they're asking me back. Good luck. I'm guessing good luck. We still need a little bit more now.
Yeah, you need a little bit more than last year right now, but what do you think the difference has been for those guys this year?
For Glenn and those guys, they're pretty solid all the time. Like
right.
they were on a huge roll last year, and this year they're doing well. Like Kevin's on fire this week, so it's he's going to be a tough one to finish. But they still got a chance. They're hanging in. They're 3-4 games tomorrow morning or tomorrow afternoon, I guess. So
I think
I'm not worried about them.
Last year they were so solid, and I mean this year it's Kevin's team is playing so well. It's just a little different scenario, I guess. But I think look, even Martin's team I know realizes curling and it's only one game, so we never know what will happen in these playoffs.
Absolutely, like Simmons, he's been doing everything right this week as well. So I mean, Glenn and our boys have to play well either way, and Martin's going to be a tough one. But I mean, all the teams left are very evenly matched, so anyone can win. They just got to bring it on that day, I guess.
What do you think are your chances in the fifth man competition? Is this did you play in it last year?
No, we didn't get one organized last year actually. So we I got to worry about having a beer first because that's the number one competition, and then we'll be out on the ice throwing some bank shots and some. We'll have some fun out there. I don't know. I'm not really sure what's in line actually.
So is there some required beer consumption before you play? Like, do you have to consume a certain amount?
Well, it's part of the rules, really. Like, there's no sober playing this fifth man game. That's why we're here. We're here in case they need us, but we're also here to have a good time, and we certainly are. That's for sure.
So as a two-time fifth man, would you recommend the job?
I'll tell you what. Anyone who has a chance to be a fifth man at a Brier, I suggest they take it. Yeah, it is. It's a very fortunate position for me, obviously, and I've loved every second of it. So yeah. Anyone that has the opportunity doesn't come around very often. I was pretty lucky, but
any other fifth players around there, or is it you guys all
actually? I've got the fifth for Alberta sitting over here, Adam Enright.
Yeah.
He's also me and him are dueling it out for the All-Star lead both sitting at 100% there for the lead. So I'll pass it over to him. Hello.
Hey Adam, I didn't check the stats, but who threw more shots, you or Steve?
I think, Steve, how many shots did you throw? 2 or 4? 2. It was 2. I got them.
And you threw 4, so we're going to make you the All-Star lead. Did you actually get scored at 100%?
Yeah, it was 100%. The first, little nervous on the first throw there. I hadn't thrown for about 4 days, and the first practice and get in there, I wasn't sure if it was going to bounce off the hacks or get just over, but lucky enough, I was sliding out, and Mark told me to ease off a bit, so he put her top 4, and then lucky enough, the rest went all right. So just praying I wasn't going to get the call again.
So you should just not bother going back to a Brier. Just leave at 100%.
Oh, man, but once you experience this, you just want to get back. It's quite a show, that's for sure.
Hey, when did you find out you were going?
It was the Monday after the provincials. So, the 20th or something of February or whenever it was. So, it was pretty happy when I got asked, that's for sure.
And who's minding the M&M Meat Shop store?
Oh, we got pretty good staff there. The girls are looking after it, and that's.
I wouldn't be so sure, my friend. I don't know. I've heard there's a big run on meats or something.
Yeah. The north side of Edmonton's getting some discount steaks this week.
Right, they're all just loading up while you guys are away.
Yeah, no doubt.
All right, well, is there anybody else around, or are you guys just gonna hit the beer now and start these bumper shots?
Yeah, there's no one else around.
See, you can tell I'm not the mainstream media. I have to get the fifths on my show.
Hey, Dean, there's nothing wrong with talking to the fifth. We're pretty important guys, eh?
Yeah, I have seen some good fifth sitting behind the boards there. Some really quality fifth sitting.
Just as long as we're not picking our nose, I guess we're doing all right.
That's key. You want to avoid that. All right, Adam. Thanks.
Yeah, see you, Dean. Dean, you still there?
I'm still here, Reid. Hey, I did want to ask you. I thought the Bison boys looked a little tight this week. I know you're an observer, but do you think being not really, not in the inner circle of the team, but do you think playing in Winnipeg was almost a bit of a drawback for guys who are new to it?
I don't think so. I think it was actually a lot more fun. It's the first Brier, and playing in Winnipeg, it makes you want it even more because it is your hometown. So I'd say that the guys like Camerlock, myself, Garth Smith, Rich Deneau, all the first time Brier players that played in their hometown, it makes me pretty hungry to get back there.
All right, well there you go. But you'd play anywhere, right?
Oh, definitely. If I could sign up for the Brier, I would.
Yeah, it'd be nice if you could just sign up, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right, well let's try a run back here then.
Okay.
Brian Refuse and Captain Highliner separated at birth or what?
He definitely could have been, yeah.
You're sweeping this evening.
I actually didn't get to sweep. They just put me in for Camerlock's throws, and I got to call line on one of Kerry's shots.
Oh, you know what? I popped in and I saw Kerry saying that he was going to that you were going to shake if it was if Pat took one. I didn't realize you didn't play the full end.
No, I just threw 2 rocks and called line.
Well, how about Dave Noftel's sweeping?
He's fantastic.
You're politically correct. Hebert and Kennedy sweeping.
Unbelievable. I wish, obviously I love the guys on my team and their sweeping ability because I think they're very good, but I don't think anyone can touch Hebert and Kennedy.
Unbelievable, actually, yeah. Most intense player out there?
Most intense player, boys. Martin Kret.
Oh, really? Yeah, with the booming... how about E.J. Harnan? He looked pretty intense as well.
Yeah, EJ definitely was. I think he could be a pretty intense player to play against, but there's no doubt that it definitely is Martin Kretz.
Martin. All right, yeah. The crowds at the MTS Center.
Pretty good it's pretty awesome for the evening draws. A lot of hometown support.
The wisdom of putting the Ontario-Alberta game at 9:30 a.m. local time.
Well, I think, doing that may have not helped to draw, fans out, but the thing is, what do you do when you're a lower ranked team and you have to play every morning draw? Like, you can't really tailor a draw to have the big name matchups in the evening. It's not really fair to do to the other teams that aren't doing as well.
That's a good point. I don't know if it's still something, if you're not a higher ranked team, then maybe you have to play earlier. Maybe that's the reality of it. But the best place for a fifth at the Brier.
Best place for a fifth at the Brier. Talking to Dean Gemmell at the Brier Patch.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's got to be in the Brier Patch, isn't it? I mean, that's really the place.
Well, yeah, we're outside the Brier Patch talking to Dean Gemmell. That's the best place.
That's the best place to be. Well, hey, what did you think of the marketing of the Brier in Winnipeg? There's a guy wrote a comment on Bob Weeks' blog, bobweeksoncurling.blogspot.com, that I thought was pretty good. He's talking about the fact that he thought the marketing of the event was skewed, to baby boomers older. You're a younger guy. What do you think of it?
The marketing pitch?
Yeah, I mean the advertising for it. I mean, it does seem, you must have friends your age who don't curl, right?
Yeah.
And what do they think of the game, or what do they think of the event this week? Were they there?
Well, to tell you the truth, if you're not related to, one of the young guys playing at the event, it's really hard to draw that crowd out.
Right.
I think having some, good music performances playing at the Brier Patch will help. They're having the Roadhammers on Saturday night. I know that there's going to be a young crowd there. But actually, to come out to the curling, on my team, we have a couple young guys on the team, so we've brought quite a few of our friends out.
Right.
But it's hard to draw that young crowd. It's good that they had the Brier school clinics this year. There was at least 6,000-7,000 of the tickets sold were to kids from grade 5 to 7. So it was good to get the young crowd out, to get that young, the 16 to 20-year-old group out, it's tough. It's tough to pull them out to an event, especially when tickets are $20. And if you're a student going to school, it's not easy to just say, okay, I'm going to go out for a night and pay $20 to watch, a game that I've maybe never done in my life.
Right.
So it's a tough sell.
I mean, I would like to see a ban on jingles for all curling advertising. I think it's the jingles.
There might be a good marketing trick to doing that, to have a good jingle.
No, there's got to be. We got to get rid of the jingles. Every event has a stupid jingle. They're horrible.
There should be a little more money maybe put into having maybe more than one Brier song. Like you could have a couple different Brier songs for tailoring to a different type of age or.
Yeah, I just don't think the song. I think the songs are like for 60-year-olds. They don't even work. It's like nobody. You wouldn't promote Tiger Woods in a golf tournament with a stupid song.
No.
But anyways, that's just me. Hey, did you hear Russ Howard as an analyst? What do you think?
He's awesome.
Good, isn't he?
I haven't heard any complaints yet. I've heard nothing but good comments about him, and I think it's good to have. Linda and Ray are very knowledgeable about the game, but to have someone like Russ commenting on the game, Olympic gold medal champion, it's nice for the competitive curlers to have him commenting. Not just having Linda and Ray commenting towards the average curling fan that doesn't compete at the world championship level.
Yeah, I thought he was. I think he's great. And I mean, I know whenever you say he's great, it sounds like you're criticizing the other crew, but I think Russ certainly brings something that they don't. So, anyways, I thought it was terrific. I wish he was doing more games. But hey, are you in the Players Championship, or do you know or not? Do you know?
We're in the Players.
You're
We qualified. Well, I guess Menard had the chance of passing us at the Brier, but apparently, even if he did, he said he wasn't going to go. So we knew before the Brier that we were in no matter what. So we've booked our tickets and we're ready to go.
All right, well, turn it around for me. I've been talking about you guys a lot this year in the show, and as I talked about you guys, your results got worse. So.
Yeah, well, we're gonna have to turn it around so we can impress you, Dean.
Yeah, I know you're worried about that. I know that's a big concern for you, but anyways. Hey, thanks, Reid. I do appreciate it. Enjoy the fifth man contest, and good luck in it.
Okay, thanks, Dean.
That was Reid Carruthers, Adam Enright, and Steve Bice on The Curling Show. Thanks for listening. Seriously, thanks for listening.